before you got with me, all of these guys that you were attracted to were fucking lean as fuck, 12% body fat, six-pack abs, busted out shoulders. But now that I'm trying to level up myself, I'm trying to get that physique, and you see me working towards that physique, you know that I'm gonna be higher value. You know that now you don't have as much leverage on me as you did before. What's going on, YouTube? Today's video topic is gonna be about why she doesn't want you to get in shape. That girl that you've been wanting for a while, right? Maybe she likes you, right? Maybe your girlfriend. And you started taking the gym serious, and all of a sudden she's like, why are you spending so much time in the gym, right? Oh, I don't want you to get big like those bodybuilders, right? She doesn't want you to get in shape because you're gonna be more attractive. You're gonna be somebody who garners more attention from women. That's just the facts, right? You walk around, you're in shape, you got a little compression tee on, fitted tee on, whatever you wear, it's gonna look good, right? So consequently, you're gonna have more attention from women, from men, from everybody, right? And here's the thing about women, guys. I love them, but they love when the attention is on them, right? They can't take it when the attention is taken away from them. That's why you see, like, when that girl looks at you and you pay her no mind, she gets upset, right? She gets upset and she starts acting bad about it, right? It's because you're not giving her that attention. It's the same thing with your girlfriend, right? And I got a little story about this. Like, one of my exes, right, back in high school, bad chick, one of the baddest girls in school, and you know, I liked her a lot freshman year. But freshman year of high school, I was 120 pounds. Didn't take care of my looks, didn't take care of my physique. I was just like this dirty looking kid, right? And this girl, even though she was she was like 1 year older than me, but she looked way older, and she attracted guys who were older, guys who had some of their shit together, some gangbangers there too. But a lot of guys who played sports and were in shape, right? That's the type of guys she attracted. And that's the type of guys that I would see her go out with. Most of them, right? Most of the guys I seen her with would be in shape. And, you know, she would repost their pictures on social media, talk about, oh, I love this kind of body, you know, I love the muscles, this and that. And long story short, I got some of my shit together. Junior year of high school, she wanted me, and I ended up going out with her, right? I ended up being in a relationship with this girl, and I was so skinny at that time, but I just started to really hit the gym, right? I'm gonna put some pictures up of how I look. And so I went from like this 120 pound kid, I put on about 15 pounds, 20 pounds, right? And I started filling out my frame just a little bit. And all of a sudden, when I started being more serious about the gym, she started arguments with me, right? She's talking about, oh, you spend more time in the gym than you spend with me. You're probably cheating on me, this and that. Oh, I love your body the way it is. Nah, you don't need a six pack. You don't need a six pack. I remember when she told me that. And, you know, you might mistake this for your girl just trying to really love you for who you are, right? Don't get me wrong, like, your girl could really love you for who you are, but a lot of the times, if she sees you trying to elevate yourself and she's just not on that same wavelength as you, she's gonna get upset, she's gonna start arguments, and she's gonna try to knock you down, right? She's gonna try to stray you away from that path. She sees you going to the gym, meal prepping. Now all of a sudden, you're not eating pizza at night with her, right? You're not staying in watching Netflix, eating popcorn at night, eating cake with her, right? All of a sudden, you're eating ground beef and eggs. All of a sudden, you're eating fucking chicken and rice. And she's not used to that, right? And it's the same thing with your friends. Because if your friends are now in that same type of time of just trying to improve themselves, trying to level up their mindset, level up their body, level up everything in their life, right? Their finances, and they see you trying to do it, it's almost like they get offended and they think that you're trying to be better than them. You think that you're better than them. When in reality, you're just trying to be the best version of you. And but let's say on the topic of just women, right? This is a girl who she cares about herself more than she really cares about the relationship. You're gonna see these sides. Like as soon as you start taking the gym serious, she's gonna try to argue with you. She's gonna try to make you go out with her more, right? Oh, let's go to Five Guys. Let's go to Burger King. Let's go get some wings instead of yo. Let's go get some sweet green or some Chipotle, right? Oh, you spent too much time in the gym. Like, girl, before you got with me, all of these guys that you were attracted to were fucking lean as fuck, 12% body fat, six-pack abs, busted out shoulders. But now that I'm trying to level up myself, I'm trying to get that physique, and you see me working towards that physique, you know that I'm gonna be higher value, right? You know that now you don't have as much leverage on me as you did before, right? Because before, you looked better than me, right? You had more status than me. You stood out more. You had more attention than I did, right? Now, I'm taking care of my looks. I'm getting my money right. I'm getting my physique right. Getting more attention, raising my status. And all of a sudden, you can't control me as much as you could before. She can't control you as much when you're in shape, bro. She can't control you as much when you have an abundance of options. But a lot of you guys, you get into these relationships out of scarcity, right? And did I get into that relationship out of scarcity? Not really. Not really. I had options at that time because I started to level up. But she was still one of the baddest girls that I've ever been with. So that is scarcity in a way, right? Just because you have other options and you chose one specific girl to be your girlfriend doesn't mean that you're not in scarcity. Because if you really are afraid of losing that woman, right? And you know that this is the most pretty girl you've ever been with. She's either the most feminine girl you've ever been with. She's like the best in some sort of aspect compared to all the girls that you've been with and all the girls that you attract. Then you're operating out of scarcity, bro. And deep down, she knows it, right? That's why women love, like, that's why you see all these baddies with guys who aren't in shape, with guys who, like, you ever see a guy and you see a girl and you're like, they're together, right? They're walking down and you're like, how the fuck did this guy get this girl? A lot of the times, it's simply because she only got in a relationship with him because she knows that that's the type of guy she can control. That's the type of guy who will bend his boundaries, bend his principles for her, put her on a pedestal, right? Because he sees her as above him. And that's a position you never want to be in, right? But as soon as you start getting in shape, as soon as you start bringing the focus back on you, those type of women will always have a problem with it, right? So if your girl is doing this right now, you gotta cut her off, my boy. You gotta cut her off. Because a woman who genuinely wants you to succeed, who genuinely wants you guys to grow, who genuinely wants something long term with you and doesn't just want to use you for your attention, for your resources, she's not gonna get upset when she sees you trying to better yourself. In fact, she's gonna root for you. She's gonna ask you, hey, how can I help you out with this? Right? She's gonna be there to hold you accountable. You wanna stay in, watch some Netflix, get some pizza one night, and all of a sudden your girl comes in and she's like, nah, baby, you know you have to get up early tomorrow. You know you have to hit the gym. You know you've been on your diet. That's the type of woman you really want. That's the type of woman you want. There's some women out there like that for sure. But there's a lot of women who, especially when you're good looking, you're trying to level yourself up even more. You just seem out of reach to them, right? Because they're used to being the ones who are constantly chased by other men, constantly being put on a pedestal. But once you become select, right? Once you make yourself a guy who really stands out, once you become elite, then she's got a problem with it. It's the attention is not on her, right? So watch out for these women, man. Watch out for these women. And the thing about it too is you don't have to spend 3 hours inside the gym to get in shape. You don't have to make gym your entire life. You don't have to do any of those things, right? You don't have to be so obsessive with it, right? You still need to spend some time with your girl. Don't get me wrong. If you're not spending any time with your girl and you're spending all your time in the gym, then yeah, she has a reason to be upset. But if you're making time for her, you know, things are going well in the bedroom, right? And you're improving yourself, you're still making that time to work on yourself, to work on your mission, to work on your purpose. Because purpose always comes first. Women who genuinely want something with you, they want you to put your purpose first. Because they know that if you bend on your principles, if you stray away from your purpose just for her, then that means you're a weak man. That means that you would bend at anything, right? You're not solid. You don't have a solid frame, solid masculine frame. A solid masculine frame is about putting yourself first so that you can take care of the others, right? Taking care of your loved ones. You can't take care of your girl. You can't take care of your family. You can't take care of your siblings. If you don't take care of yourself first, how are you gonna protect them, provide for them? If you're not working overtime, if you're not spending time in the gym, if you're not doing martial arts, how are you gonna do any of those things? And real women, right? Real women who genuinely want some connection with you, they understand that, right? They understand that. So you got a girl like this in your life. You've been spending more time in the gym. You've been trying to eat healthy. You've been trying to be on your self-improvement shit. Really just be on that journey. She's got a problem with it, right? She starts moving a little different. You gotta cut her off immediately, my boy. Yeah. Just a little raw talk for you guys today. See you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.